Hi, these are your March 2018 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. And before we dive into each sign, and March is much more peaceful than February, there are no more eclipses, thankfully. We have good news as well. But I just want to remind you, check out our new webinars. The first one is with Roman Kalev on ancient Babylonian astrology, and we're looking 7-hour webinar where he's looking at the ancient theory of Hermes, recently translated. This will be information no one else has, and it's about finding your spirit animal and what it means for you. There are 49 spirit animals. Check out this webinar. Also, the other webinar is with Marina. It's about the aspects in astrology. There are 32 important aspects. Some of them are karmic, some of them are free will, some of them will make your life much easy, while others can indicate that your life has a lot of obstacles you have to overcome. So you can take that webinar as well. Check it out here with the link on the information or the description below. And the third webinar is with Nikola Stojanovic, the astrologist of countries and nations. What is the best place for you to live? Where is the best place for you to have your office? Which part of town? Which part of the world are you going to have most success in? Which part of the world you have to be careful because you might have an accident there or failure, or where you can find love around the world. So amazing, fantastic webinars which are with very rare information. Check them all out. Pisces March 2018, and make sure you check your ascendant sign if it's Pisces, and to a lesser degree the moon and sun sign. If you're a woman and have a moon sign in Pisces, this prediction can be quite relevant for you, because the moon, the women are lunar beings. If you're a man, usually the men are solar beings. Their body is more influenced in their life by the sun. But the sun shows our free will, the moon shows our emotions, so you definitely feel a bit of the predictions of both. And of course the ascendant sign is the overall, the physical body, so definitely, you know, the tangible material manifestations from the ascendant tends to be the most important ones. So how is March for you, Pisces? Well, we are getting to retrograde planets. We haven't had retrograde planets in 2 months. January, almost the whole of January and February, till the 9th of March, all the planets are moving direct, which means now time has come to start slowing down a little bit. We'll be moving ahead with new experiences and with plans of ours and new territory, but now we have to go back, turn a little bit, and make whatever we've got as ideas, bring it back and make it our own, and really work hard on it to integrate it and to master it fully. And I keep saying in each of the videos, with retrograde planet periods, when they start getting retrograde, it's a bit frustrating because it's usually a change of plan, a change of the wind of change is coming, but at the same time it is also a period when during that retrograde period, especially for you, this will be very important because Jupiter rules you. And Jupiter is the first planet that is going retrograde here in the 9th house, because Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. You'll definitely feel it. So whatever you've been heading ahead now with plans and goals, which is the 9th house, exploring new horizons, new territories, getting new ideas and new inspirations, which is the 9th house. Now Jupiter, your planet, turning retrograde till the middle of July. From the 9th of March till the middle of July, you'll start seeing that there is the need to slow down now around March, even from the end of February, and to start whatever new ideas you got, 9 houses, inspiration, new ideas, new horizons, new belief systems, new goals for the future. You need to actually not only just think about them, but now dig deep and start implementing them, because retrograde planet is about doing the dirty work. Retrograde planet is going back over the previous degrees it's been on, and it's trying to make you master whatever new opportunities or even ideas that came to you, to bring them into your life, because otherwise we'll just be skimming. We'll like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to study that, oh, and we'll never really stop for a little bit and put the effort to make it happen. You know, we'll just rely on what the universe is bringing us now as an opportunity, and never bring it back, to make the effort to make it our own, to master it. So now this period, it can feel like the next 4 months it's like you're not fully progressing with those goals that you have, or that you have to really work harder on them. But by the time Jupiter starts moving direct by the end of July, you start seeing the results. When Jupiter starts direction again, you see that it was worth the 3 times more efforts that the retrograde period required, and that you made it your own, and that you kind of really owned it, you know, and that those horizons can start expanding again. So how is it going to work? Jupiter is very important when it's, you know, when it's changing direction for you. So you'll see as Pisces, especially Pisces rising people, they'll see that something is changing big way in their life from the end of February, the beginning of March. It's almost like they're reaching a crossroad. I compare a planet retrograde when it's kind of moving forward, then stops, and then has to change a new direction. And it might feel like things are really slowing down for you all of a sudden, because all of a sudden you come at the crossroad and you need to choose what are you going to put your efforts in. What are you going to, you know, really dig your heels into, because it will, you know, it's going to have a long-lasting impact for years after that. And when you're at the crossroad, you have to make choices. So certain choices will have to be made in March. And they will bring you back to all the ideas that came to you, all 9 houses, inspirations, goals, ideas. So certain things that have been coming that you haven't even had the chance to fully start working on will start coming back for you, so you can embrace them or work harder on them. People that are in university or that are studying to pre-qualify will be required to put some extra efforts over the next 3.5 months, because 9 house rules higher education, studying, you know, pre-qualifying. Or maybe you've had an idea that, oh, you want to be, you know, you're a nurse, but you want to be like a nurse for children. You had an idea, but you never followed through. Well, now you can go back to school when Jupiter is retrograde, or take some classes or courses, or maybe you're a painter, or whatever it is, something that needs extra, some pre-qualification or higher knowledge, or a mentor or a teacher of some sort, or studying deeper. You might have now the opportunity to go back and complete some studies, or to, if you've had an idea about them, to go and really do it now. But it's not something that comes to you now. When Jupiter goes retrograde and you're like, I want to be to own a business. I've never thought of that, so I'm just gonna go and study that. But if you've had an idea before, and if you've had this idea but you never even picked up on it, but it's something that was already in your consciousness before, that you've thought about before, some opportunity that you've thought about before, and now you have a chance to make it happen in the next 4 months. It will come back to you as an opportunity, or some old opportunity to expand your horizon can come back to you. Or maybe you always wanted to travel to Mexico or whatever, but you tried before and it didn't happen, or you wanted to travel to the States, but you've tried before, or you at least had the idea. Now this idea can come back to haunt you more deeply, intensely, or for you to work on getting your visa and traveling to this place far away. 9 houses, far away places. So the opportunity to travel somewhere far can come back if it's not a totally new opportunity. Basically, if you've thought about it, you know, maybe you've been expecting some documents to come to you from the embassy or whatever. Now Jupiter's retrograde can come back to you. Or you might have to, you're expecting to get a visa or whatever. 9 house is connected to this kind of stuff, so you might have to prepare for that very well while Jupiter is retrograde. You might have to prepare documents, and or some documents might be returned to you and asked for extra information or extra details of some sort, and you have to redo it a little bit, but now you have to put the hard work. And when you do, when Jupiter turns direct, usually you see the results by the time Jupiter is direct. And let me tell you right now, Jupiter is direct in my 9th house, and I finally got my my visa, my interview for green card, because I'm using a PISCES house system, and Jupiter retrograde there. I hope it, you know, when it goes retrograde there after that, it doesn't mean I'll have to redo the whole process again. But usually this will this is a preparatory stage, the retrograde period, which allows you to get, because Jupiter is a benefic and it will give you the best results. But just its retrograde stage is when things slow down and you have to do a little bit more of a research or a little bit more of an effort. And then you see the results when it starts moving direct. If you're involved in any legal court cases, is the ninth house, so something to do with legal system, you know. There might be the need, there might be like now this matter can go deeper and can be delayed and can require extra efforts of some sort, an extra examination. But by the time it turns direct, you know, even if there might be surprising changes in the direction of the court case that's happening while Jupiter turns direct, retrograde. But by the end of that period, Jupiter turning direct, you should have a very positive result, because it's Jupiter. Jupiter should be favoring you in any legal court cases and matters like that. If you're trying to get accepted to some great university or whatever, now is the preparatory stage to put the really hard effort to go over everything over and over, to you know, in regards to be accepted to high educational places. Or maybe you're working on some international project, and house rules that as well. And you have to revise this project and you have to put the extra efforts again, or some international project connected to foreign places or export import might come back to you to be worked on, improved on. Or if you're in publishing, or if you're in travel, or if you're in teaching, it might be a preparatory stage for the next level of your career in the next 3-4 months, where you dig deeper, make some efforts, working on some project that can take your teaching skills or teaching career or traveling career or educational career or publishing career to the next level by the time Jupiter starts moving direct. And it's about revising your belief systems. The ninth house on a different level is also how do we see reality. And I remember when Jupiter was retrograde in my ninth house, I was watching a lot of high, the kind of documentaries that were scientific. Ninth house is higher knowledge, that were also spiritual, that were science and spirituality, and it kind of rewired my brain, rewiring of the higher knowledge of the higher brain. Ninth house is what you believe is possible to happen. And what you believe is possible, if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. So Jupiter is going to help you to rewire that brain now. So any mind-expanding studies, webinars, seminars, higher knowledge, through astrology, through documentaries. I was hooked on Gaia when Jupiter was in my ninth house, especially when it was retrograde, all that I did. And it was integrating it deeper and deeper. So, and it continues to be basically with the Nicole house system in my ninth house, but doesn't matter. I'm just sharing my experience, but you can basically see it as a period where you're studying something more intensely, more deeply, when you are working on some new opportunities that came to you over the past few months as ideas and goals, and you're trying to prepare for them in some sort as well, when you are rewiring your brain and your belief systems. And if you do this work well, guys, if you embrace those new ideas that come and think about them during the retrograde period and try to apply them and try to integrate them in your life and try to re-examine your old beliefs and release, because Jupiter is a planet of releasing, letting go of something, of old belief systems when Jupiter is retrograde, and integrating those new ones that have been coming to you, then you are setting yourself up for a totally different level of experience after that. Because the most important house, one of the most important houses in astrology, is the ninth house. Our beliefs of what is possible define what we can actually achieve. And now you're doing the groundwork of expanding this mind and seeing from a higher perspective what is possible, whether it's in regards to your health, to your money, to anything it can be. But you're expanding what you believe is possible. And now I want you to do the groundwork and the hard work for the next 3-4 months. And there might be some wrenches thrown at you when Jupiter starts going retrograde, which might be a bit, that kind of deflate you in regards to your belief system. A little bit like mini belief system crisis, so it can redirect you to bigger, more expansive belief systems for which you're currently ready to integrate into your reality. And there might be also reconnecting with teacher of some sort. Anyway, working on some higher knowledge of some sort. Fantastic time if you want to study astrology, to really dig deep and research as well. You can check out the courses on the website. Okay. And then we have Mercury going retrograde in your second house, guys. And that's basically from the middle of March till the middle of April. I don't want you to take risks financially in this period. I don't want you to take new, basically to invest or to take some new sudden financial risks, so to speak, because this is a period when you have to re-examine and to reevaluate your finances already, rather than taking on new risks. And because after that, Mercury will again change direction, so it can change the outcome of those risks that you've taken, not according to, you know, retrograde planet brings us surprises. So I don't want you to put oil into the fire, is that what it say? Because already there is some change that might be happening in regards to your resources and finances. There might be the need to restructure, reorganize, make your finances and your expenses more efficient. There might be some surprise expenses that are coming, or surprise changes in how you have to deal with your money and your possessions. So don't extra risk it, let's say, till the middle of April. But on the positive side, some money that you've forgotten about can come back to you. Some possessions that you've lost, you might retrieve them and find back. But also, you know, you might need to reorganize overall your possessions, your assets. You might want to reorganize how you spend, rebudget, create a budget. Mercury is about creating plans, so creating a different plan strategy with your money, basically, seeing from a different perspective. And it might give you some interesting ideas in regards to how to make money, but again, unless it's something you've already thought about as a money opportunity, don't embark on it. Maybe prepare. Mercury retrograde is about giving a different perspective. Yes, you can get new ideas how to make money, but now till the middle of April, you prepare for those ideas. You research. Don't jump with it already, unless these ideas that you've thought about, and now you can integrate them when Mercury is retrograde and work very hard. Or you might be working on some projects which, by the time Mercury turns direct and late on, will create more financial security and stability now. But now you're doing the hard work. Okay, so it's, yeah, this is how the most important things are. Or you might be, for example, second house is also your clothes, your possessions, your shoes. You might be throwing out some old stuff and sorting through your clothes and sorting through your possessions and creating more space. This is what retrograde planet wants to do, to remove the unnecessary, to re-examine what are the possessions and assets and valuables that you have, to remove them in some way, you know, and to streamline them. Mercury is very much of an efficiency planet. And yeah, so there might be also some important negotiations or communications happening, because Mercury rules your seventh house of contracts and negotiations in the second house of money retrograde. So you might be negotiating with someone, with some partnerships that can be impacting for a long time after that your resources in some way. So maybe revising certain partnerships and certain collaborations, seventh house of business deals, which directly, and how business deals are down, which directly impact your second house of resources and finances. And you have to change something there to adapt, to make it more balanced, you know, and more fair. And also it might be that some money that are connected to other people, you know, seventh house is other people, partners, that you are shifting something, you're changing something, or that there's some change happening in some way that directly impacts your own resources because of another person in some way. So these are the things you have to be most aware of. Mars is in your 10th house, so continues till the 20th. So it's a good time to plow forward with projects, with work, with career, basically, to be more assertive with career. If you have bosses, those bosses might put you under more pressure, and there might be a bit more fights with authority figures and institutions, but also makes you more ambitious. So yes, in regards to ambition and career, Mars makes you to initiate, start, move forward till the 20th of March. So 19th of March. So thank you so much, Pisces. I know we didn't talk much about love and things like that, but the houses that are triggered in your horoscope are more connected with other areas of your life. So hopefully that will give you kind of a map for March 2018. And yeah, what is the best strategy to act? Thank you so much.